Hello. Hi, everyone. I'm so happy to be back after our Christmas break. Today, I have Dean Petrolakis with me, and we want to talk about the Orange Squad. Hey, Dean.
What's going on, my friend Sarah? How are you?
Good. How are you?
Doing great, doing great. We're decked out in our orange, ready to go. Yeah, there it is, orange.
You're the mastermind behind the Orange Squad. Can you tell me how you came up with this idea?
Yes, gladly. I've the Orange Squad is has been an evolution. It started way back in March when COVID first came around and kind of rocked everybody and flipped our world upside down. And it started as an organic, just type of idea where I just wanted to get some people together in my network to figure out how could we continue to bring some value to our network as a whole, because I knew COVID, I knew business as usual was going to come to a halt, and I knew that, yeah, right, and people were going to be almost like paralyzed by fear and what to do. And I know in my business in specifics, in the print marketing industry, that we were going to take a huge hit. So Lisa, who's in our group with us, Lisa Arsenault, and I were like, we got to figure out a way to stay in touch with clients and stuff. And it started kind of like that. And then as I started thinking about it more, got a few other people involved. You got Michelle involved, got Charisse involved, and started thinking it out. I'm like, this thing could be something special. We have a group that we're forming here, and then got a few more people going. And you might remember it started as the Avengers Network.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Chris Askew talking about it.
Yes, we were originally going to be the Avengers, and we announced ourselves as that, but then we were like, we better put that on the back burner, because if this thing really takes off, Disney could end up coming after us and slapping us on the wrist. Yeah, so we kind of regrouped, and we started bringing more people in, and you and some other folks, and we'll introduce all the people in the squad in a few minutes, but. Really, the idea was, hey, we've got a bunch of great people here who all love to bring value to their networks. Everybody in the group, as you know, likes to give more than they receive. Everybody likes to educate. We're all kind-hearted, passionate people about what we do. And I'm like, this could be a really great community. And I've said it over and over, and we all know this is not a business we're launching. We all have our businesses. We all have our day jobs and our parents and husbands and wives and partners, and but this is a collective. This is a group that is coming together to really to and as I say, to light the world on fire, and all centered around creativity and passion and exploring. Hopefully people will explore sides of themselves that they haven't been able to really explore before, or been too bashful to explore. And the Orange Squad, the name, came about through some discovery. I love it. It represents passion, creativity, energy, positivity. So, yeah, so it really was organic, and the group's amazing. And as you know, our calls are amazing and full of energy and excitement. And I'm ready, as you are, to take this now and have people experience it with us and join our community and have some fun with this.
It's turned into a resource for businesses to be able to go and learn and really hone in on that creativity, even when they didn't realize that they were creative to begin with. It's
Right.
like everybody has it in them, but it doesn't always feel that way. My job is marketing. You'd think, oh, I'm a creative, but I am just such a strategic, standardized person that, I love being able to check things off a box. So this group, every Friday we talk, and they help me see the creativity in things. And I love how everybody in the group, every single one, has their own expertise. So we don't overlap. We learn new things from each other, and we can really bounce ideas off of each other.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, that we all of us have done that already, and that's been a benefit for us as kind of the core founders and members of the group, helping each other, learning from each other. And you're right. I've learned so much about what it means to be creative, and people hear the word creative and they assume, well, you have to be able to be a great writer or an artist, to be able to draw or paint. And, you know, I'm none of those things. I mean, I'm not an artist at all, but I'm creative, and I've learned ways that I'm creative in ways that you know, maybe on the surface, on the face value, you wouldn't think are creative, just like as you've learned and we've all learned. And that's what we want people to explore with us is creativity has many faces, many shapes, many forms. And we're going to, like I said, we're going to explore that and go deep into that with the group. So it's so exciting to finally be able to, this is months in the making. And it's fun to be able to now have people join us and be a part of it. So I'm just curious, like from your perspective, you know, as you join the group, like what is the group outside of what you just said? What does it mean to you as it relates to you personally and professionally, and what excites you the most about it?
Their sounding board. That session we have feels like business therapy, not like personal therapy, but business therapy, where we're all professionals and we're all in related fields. So we can talk to each other and lean on each other. And like, if we have an issue that arises in our business, we can we can just text each other in our group text and ask advice, and you're going to get good advice. Or if you're working with a client and they need something that you don't provide, there's someone in that group that does provide it and is amazing at it. So they're an amazing resource for just the skill set that the other person lacks or doesn't have access to. Yeah,
that's great. And I've loved watching that, you know, through the early parts of this group, people helping each other, referring business to each other. You know, just the other day, you know, Michelle had her question about just basic invoicing and best practices for invoicing clients, and the group text blew up with suggestions. And I can see that happening at large with people. It could end up being, because we're going to have, as we'll show people in a couple minutes, we're going to have a Slack community where people can jam on topics and pose questions about things that maybe relate to their business, and use it as a resource, a community and a resource and a place to go for knowledge and information, in addition to the general inspiration that we're going to throw out there through some of our our jam sessions and podcasts and whatnot. So it's just awesome.
Yeah, it's a great resource for, like, I need a graphic designer, I need a writer, I need someone to tell me about how to be good at social media. We have someone in the group for that. We have so it's good for not only entrepreneurs and maybe solopreneurs, but also for businesses that are looking for resources, for, like, they know what they need, but sometimes it's hard to find the right person.
Right. Exactly.
But that's a great transition. I'm going to pull up our screen for the Orange Squad so we can show people the website.
Awesome. Yeah. And big props to Michelle Kelly and Chris Askew, who just did a phenomenal job doing this website.
If you're looking for web design, Chris did this. He did a beautiful job.
Yeah, it's just great.
Michelle wrote all of the copy.
Michelle Kelly, our wordsmith. You know, she's our ace writer, brilliant copywriter, storyteller, and we'll talk about her jam session in a few minutes. But yeah, those of you, if you're watching this, whether you're watching it live or you're watching the replay, you know, make sure you go to the website, theorangesquad.com, and check it out. And then obviously go down at the end when you're done looking at the website, you can sign up and be a part of our community, and you'll start getting information. But yeah, the website gives you a good background for what our whole motto is behind the Orange Squad, and around creativity and exploring creativity, and this whole idea of huddle, break, create. You'll see that hashtag a lot. It's on our t-shirts that Sarah and I are both wearing. You can see right there the hashtag huddle, break, create. That really is kind of the theme of what we do. We huddle, and then we break, and then we create. So we huddle around an idea, then we break, and then we create. And that's going to be the idea of the Orange Squad, is huddle, break, create. And that's what we're going to want you to do with us. So And yet to connect brands and people with creative spirit, knowledge, and endless wonder. And that word wonder is really big in our group. We want people, this group, as you're about to see the people in the group here as we go through them, this group is made up of so many different skill sets, but we all have things that we're also passionate about that are outside of our business. I mean, Pat Helmers, who's right there, you can see Pat is a sales coach, but he also he's a very successful business around podcasting, but he also loves gardening, and he's going to explore things around gardening and creativity around gardening. And so we have, Jackie Arico, she's in the fitness world, an incredible small business owner in the fitness industry. And there's my ugly mug there. And then we got Chris, and we got Michelle, and we got Therese, and there's you, Sarah, and then we have Megan, who's an incredible community builder herself. And like I said, Pat, and there's my colleague Lisa, and Erica, who's an amazing event producer, and then Dariana, who's our social media expert. It's a great group. I encourage all of you to connect with anyone on here on LinkedIn. Everyone in this group is passionate about helping people, about doing amazing work, but I said giving value back to the community. There's not a single person in this group that isn't a giver first. Everyone, and that's as I've recruited people to it, I've made it very clear that to be a part of this group, you have to want to give more than you take. You have to be able to want to give way more value than you take in payment. So yeah, that's a quick overview of the squad there, and then. Maybe we scroll down a little more and you'll see.
Real quick, though, I want to show people who created the website and the graphic.
Yeah.
So right here, Chris Askew, he's the one who designed this website. Michelle Kelly, she wrote all of the beautiful copy that you find on the website. And Therese, she designed the logos and the graphics for the website.
Amazing talent. Like I said, everybody, they're three, incredible. So here's a quick overview, folks, of kind of a highlight of what you can expect from us. Like I said, this is not a business. We're not starting an agency here. None of us have the time to start a new business, but what this is a community, and we're going to be doing jam sessions, micro courses. We're going to have that Slack community so that you'll be able to join and have different topics. Those of you who know how Slack works, it's all based on channels. So we're going to have channels around different topics where people can post and start discussions around topics. We're going to have a podcast. We're very close to releasing the first few episodes of our podcast. We will have coaching calls. Those of you who get kind of drinking the juice from the Orange Squad and you like what you see, and if there's anyone in the group that you want to talk with, we will be offering those coaching calls. And we're going to have huddle hangouts as well, just more informal kind of huddle hangouts. So yeah, that's a quick overview of what we're going to be bringing. We're also going to be, we have social media channels, and if on the website you'll see what our channels are. We're on Instagram, we're on LinkedIn, and we're on Twitter. And speaking of jam sessions,
yes, let me get to it. We have our first jam session coming up, and Michelle. Yeah. Is hosting it.
Yes. So, Sarah, why don't you give a quick overview of the jam session? We're stoked for this first one.
So if you even follow Michelle on social media, she is just a poetic, inspirational person. And she is hosting our first jam session, which is You Are a Creative Writer, even if your English teacher gave you an F. It's January 15th at 12 p.m. Central Time. And it's really for all of those people who were told that they're a terrible writer. You're really not. Anybody can be a good writer, given the right inspiration and time. So these are the lessons that she's planning on teaching during the session. 5 steps to tap into your inner creative writer. The writer relationship with self, your word of the year as a writer for 2021. And the goal for this session is write anything more fearlessly. White papers, poetry, business blogs, bestsellers, emails, lunchbox notes to your kids. Write anything fearlessly. It's all about tapping into that inner creative that you might not know exists.
Yeah, I love that. I love the lunchbox note thing because and Michelle is, we kind of call Michelle like the mother bear of our group. She's like the big one that she just gives a big group hug. You feel that through our Zoom calls. She's got a huge Italian heart. Her passion is just off the charts. And she's so moving. She's so inspirational. But she's really so passionate about this topic that everybody has it in them to be a writer. That doesn't mean you're going to go out after this course and write a novel. Hey, maybe you will, but just the simple idea of writing a lunchbox note to your son or daughter is a form of creative writing. And Michelle's going to help us tap into that. So, and you trust me, you will fall in love with Michelle if you don't know her just by taking her class. You will get to experience what we get to experience every time we get to be with Michelle on a Zoom or work with her on a project. She is by far one of the most passionate people I've ever met. I always tell the story. Like the first time I met Michelle and worked with her on a project, I was introduced to her by Cherise, Sarah, and we were sitting in a conference room working on a project at the prior company I was at, and Michelle was brought in to do some brand writing with Cherise, kind of a rebrand. And as Michelle started talking about the project and what the whole emphasis of the project was going to be, she was like moved to tears around this idea of telling stories. And I was like, oh my God, this woman is so passionate. And I was immediately hooked. I'm like, because I'm drawn to passionate people. I mean, passion, my passion index is off the charts. And when someone is that passionate about what they do, I'm hooked. And everyone's going to get that sense. So I hope you can make it and join it. It's a great way to kick off our first jam session. We couldn't have anyone better in the group to kick us off.
Yeah, our group mom is going to be the first host.
Yeah.
And even when she's just commenting on my LinkedIn posts, it's like, that's beautiful poetry.
Yes.
Her words are just poetic. The way she strings them together.
Yes, so true. I know. I say that all the time. Even like you said, her social media post. I'm like, God, how did she write that?
I know.
So yeah, so that's hope everyone can join us. You can register, as you saw. There's a register button, and then obviously it's free. So sign up, and you'll get a Zoom link to join. And we're excited. So. Yes, folks, that is just an overview. Sarah and I, if you haven't been able to tell in this call, are super excited. Like I said, we're going to paint the globe orange in 2021. So hopefully you can join us on that journey. It's a passion project for all of us, and we hope you'll join us and you'll get some value out of it. And Sarah, this has been fun just to be able to introduce it a little more in a fun way with you in this live stream today.
Yes, thanks for hopping on. And before we sign off, I just want to show everybody how to follow us on social. I'm going to view this as a member. Follow us on LinkedIn, The Orange Squad, Twitter, and Instagram. Please join us there. Our community extends beyond the website and the jam sessions. You can reach out to us anytime.
Yeah. We're excited.
Yes. All right. Thank you for joining us today. And we hope that you'll join us for our jam session. Don't forget, it's January 15th at 12 p.m. Central Time with Michelle Kelly, teaching you all about how to be a creative writer.
Thanks, Sarah. This was a blast.
Thank you.